So the
That's
law,
smart, yes.
that's why I talk about the law. You see, you can have a law, but what about the attitude? Okay? You have a law, and that law was a product of struggle. It was not a giving. You know, even at that, it is still not, it was tokenistic. If you ask me, the Senate retained his own age. He didn't reduce anything. He reduced for others, but never reduced the contest for his own position. So that itself that shows you the mindset. You understand? If you are going to remove barriers, you remove those barriers. If you are going to take away barriers, you take away barriers. So having taken away the barriers, it is now the responsibility of the category itself to bond together and struggle for power in a political party, because the only vehicle for leadership recruitment that we know in our country is the political parties. So if you are a young person, the law has already empowered you, but you don't become because you are young. You become because you go to the parties, you go to the political parties, you become activists in the party, you are recognized, and you are supported. So it is not enough that you are a woman, okay? A woman does not become because you are a woman. You become because you will go to a party, and in that party, you will either grow there or struggle there or get imposed there, whatever it is that they do within the political party to become. So the assumption that once the law says this, that is what will happen, is not so. You can buy foodstuff. You can have foodstuff in your house and die of hunger, because you still have to come and prepare the food and have the patience to wait it through to get done before you can eat.
So in terms of quality and quantity, you know, from your perspective, if you were to evaluate all the amendments, the Electoral Acts, and input into our democratic system, how would you, what would be your evaluation?
Let's take the one you just talked about, the constitutional amendment that reduced the age for contesting election. Is a huge, is celebrated all over the world. For Nigeria, with our gerontocratic approach to everything, ageism and the rest of it, and we were able to take that out of our constitution and reduce the age for contesting election. We can continue to pump chest around that for a long time. That's what you call the not too young to run.
Yes.
Yes. You know. Yes. So which is celebrated today that Nigeria was able to do that. So even if we want to be uncharitable to ourselves, we should be able to agree that was some very important thing. But there is nothing that comes in most places, not even in the US, for women to vote. It was a protest. For unpropertied black people to vote, they didn't just give you. For even white that doesn't have property to vote, it was a problem. So the struggle for expansion of the democratic space is not a walk in the park. It's not a tea party. So what needs to happen is that we need to consolidate civil rule and make sure that it continues, and don't allow people to constrict the space. Those who have gone in to constrict the space, but to see how much we can expand. The Scandinavian countries are reducing the age for voting to 15, 14. They are not hung up on 18 like we have done. I mean, but if you bring that idea here, but the same people who will challenge it cannot own the television in their houses. They are 14-year-old or 15-year-old that operates all the gadgets in their homes. But they will challenge you that no, don't
all right.
Don't go there.